there's three major farmers, commercial growers that grow chia. And then we have our little secret little, places that we grow. And so what we did is we sent, we have 8 different strains in the warehouse of seed. And we know that everybody in the world gets their seed from these 3 farmers, right? And we even get some from those 3 farmers. But then through testing and through our selection process, we have a certain, there's seeds in our warehouse that do not make the cut for Mila. So we are when we say that we test everything and we back it up with tests, we really do. And there's strains that don't make the cut. So we know that these 3 major farmers supply the chia to the world, right? And then ours. And so what we did is we sent it all off, and they tested all the strains. So what you're going to see in here is all of the chia that is being sold out there on the internet, and then ours. You're going to see how great Mila really is. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. This is Dr. David Nieman from the North Carolina Research Campus in Kannapolis, North Carolina. And this is a relatively new research campus. We have 8 universities on this campus. It was created by David H. Murdoch, who is the owner of Dole Foods. The mission of this campus is nutrition and human health. And so we have the David H. Murdoch Research Institute, and Mr. Murdoch has put some of the world's best scientific equipment in the laboratories of this building. My lab, the ASU Human Performance Lab, is in the Plants for Human Health Institute building, and then next door is the Nutrition Research Institute, which is run by Chapel Hill. So we all work together along with various companies to once again evaluate the impact of different foods and nutritional products on human health, and do it at the very highest level of science. A little bit about myself. I direct our Human Performance Lab, and this is organized by Appalachian State University. I'm the Vice President of the American College of Sports Medicine. I've published a lot, received a lot of research grants, and have authored about 9 different books on health, physical fitness, and nutrition. So one of the objectives in my lab is we have athletes come in, and also average people, and we do everything from walking all the way up to very long endurance exercise. For example, this guy here is running for 2 hours at high intensity. And then what we do, typically in double-blind fashion using codes, is we go ahead and evaluate the impact of the nutritional product in helping to dampen the inflammation and oxidative stress that is induced by heavy exertion. What we have found is if a product works in reducing inflammation, oxidative stress in athletes, it can often be applied to older, overweight individuals in the community. And often overweight older people are chronically inflamed. This inflammation underlies diabetes, heart disease, many types of cancer. And so what we find works with the athletes then can often work with chronically inflamed, older, overweight individuals. So we have 2 phases to our research, community individuals and then athletic individuals. So Jim Ware from Lifemax came to my laboratory and was interested in us evaluating the effect of chia seed, especially on the omega-3 fats in the blood. So in this pilot project, we had 11 overweight postmenopausal women, and they took in 25 grams per day of Mila, and they took it for 7 weeks. The main part of the study is we took blood samples after 1, 2, 3, 5, and then 7 weeks of supplementation, and then evaluated them for various types of omega-3 fats. Now, I'm sure that many of you know that the predominant omega-3 fat in chia seed is what we call alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. And then what we checked is to see if the Mila omega-3 fat could be converted to what we call EPA-DHA, which is the type of fat that's in fish oil. So there's a lot of debate as to whether or not the body can take the plant ALA and then convert it to this fish-like oil, EPA-DHA, in the human body. That was the main purpose of the study. So here's our primary result. The first result is, as you can see here, this line represents ALA increase. So we took 2 samples at the beginning of the study before they started a supplement, and then here it is after 1 week, and then 2 weeks, 3, and then we combined the average of 5 and then 7 weeks where we saw a plateau. The interesting thing is this was a 138% increase in ALA. This is a very strong increase in the plant omega-3 in the human blood. Of great interest to us, though, was this 30% increase in the EPA. This is a very strong increase, showing that the omega-3 fat from Mila did convert quite readily to this beneficial EPA. We had just a 4% in another type of omega-3 fat and a slight decrease in another type, but typically of great interest is what happens to ALA and EPA. And if you look at this chart, we did a statistical adjustment that allowed us to look at the increase in ALA, and then using the same z-score transformation. It's a statistical comparison that allows us to see things in parallel. And you can see here that as the ALA went up in the blood as people ate Mila, the EPA went up as well. This is a huge finding, and it just shows that the omega-3 from Mila does convert to this beneficial EPA. There's every reason to believe that there should be multiple health benefits from this increase. Now, another aspect of this study is Jim sent us 9 different samples of chia seed, and we analyzed them and compared them for multiple nutrients. So, for example, protein, as you can see here at the bottom, these are different strains of chia seed that are found in different countries, different elevations, and then here we have Mila, the blue bar. And what we found is that the protein content of Mila is very good, equal to any of the other strains. And then fiber was unusually high. Notice that this is head and shoulders above the fiber content of all the other strains that we looked at. And then, very importantly, we looked at the omega-3 alpha-linolenic acid content across the samples. And what we did here for comparison is looked at the percent difference from the lowest sample. So this sample had low levels of omega-3, and then we just looked at the percent difference across the different samples. And as you can see, Mila had 173% more of this ALA or omega-3 fat than the lowest samples. Now, Mila was also analyzed for many different minerals, and this was done at the USDA lab at Cornell University. We sent our samples there, and this lab works with us on various projects. And you can see here that copper, that 125 gram serving of chia seed provided more than half of the copper that you need in a given day. And then as you keep going down the list, you can see about 40% of those minerals. Iron, about 29% of what is needed in a given day. Zinc, 15%, 11% of the calcium that's needed in a given day. So this is very impressive. Mila is very rich in a wide assortment of minerals. And if you look across the different strains, you can see, for example, that Mila is the highest for iron, and this is a great benefit for Mila. Also, you can see that Mila is also very high in selenium. Notice that this particular strain, the reason there was no selenium in it is because it was probably grown in soil that had no selenium in it. Zinc, once again, you can see how Mila is head and shoulders above the other types of chia seed. Now, I think our greatest contribution in this study into the scientific literature is the phenolic content of the different chia seed samples. And notice once again how Mila had the greatest amount of phenolics. Now, what are phenolics? These are the antioxidants that are in the chia seed and that help to reduce oxidative stress in people. So Mila has a high amount compared to the other samples. Very interestingly, we broke down these phenolics into the main types that were present. And these are the different strains. And in this last bar, the green one, this one right here, shows that Mila, compared to the other strains, was especially high in what we call protocatechuic acid. This is the main type of antioxidant in chia seed. And protocatechuic acid is just beginning to be studied in humans, but thus far there is a lot of hope that this particular phenolic may reduce cancer in humans. Much needs to be done in this area, and we hope to work with Lifemax in some additional research on that. So in summary, 7 weeks of taking in Mila increased the ALA 138% and the EPA 30%. These are strong increases. We found it took about a month for the levels to reach their highest level from taking 25 grams a day. Also, we found that compared to other samples, that Mila in particular was very high in a wide assortment of minerals and protein and fiber. This is a great attribute of Mila, is having all of these great nutrients in it. Now, we didn't show you the data. We had some promising changes in blood lipids and an inflammatory marker called CRP, and we're going to be following this up in some future research. And very importantly, we want to take a closer look at the protocatechuic acid, the major antioxidant in chia seed, and we have a zebrafish model at the NCRC that will allow us to very quickly determine whether or not this particular chia seed phenolic or antioxidant has anti-cancer benefits. And once we show this in zebrafish, and then we can take that to humans.
Woo! Oh, isn't that awesome?